Hello sewing lovers, it is Susan at what is still Seaside Stitches, although I have now moved from by the seaside down into rural Bedfordshire, but at the moment I'm still Seaside Stitches. So I'm just on to tell you that I'm just going to speak about the Sew Bold challenge from Becky at What Beck Sews, and you have the whole of August to make something bold, but it has to be a garment or a bag, but it is bold as you see bold. It's not the biggest, brashiest thing that you would hate to have. It's about you choosing what is bold for you. It may be something that is just something you've wanted to dare to do, like have some frills on something, or have some braid on something, or a nice button that you really fancy different, even having odd buttons, brightly coloured or not. For you, beige may be bold. It depends what you decide is bold. It is randomly picked and there are sponsors. There are some very lovely sponsors, and I will pop in some little cards showing the sponsors, the dates of other vloggers, because there is a month-long vlogger tour with people's ideas or people's inspiration, and just hoping that we can spark some spring into boldness in this, well, particularly down here, this very, very hot weather. I apologise if the lighting is rubbish, but if we open any more, if I'm in the direct light, I'm also in the direct sun, and it is really, really hot. And I know it's ridiculous. Us in the UK, we take it as hot if it's in the 30s. I know it must be dreadful, or people get used to it if they live in really hot climates, but it is a bit of a challenge for me. Anyway, so I just wanted to welcome you to my channel, and let's go into a bit of boldness. Okay, I'm so pleased that I did my introduction separately, because things have happened here, like changes of weather, of position, etc. And I'm just really pleased about this Sew Bold 2026 challenge that is for Beck at What Beck Sews. So I'm just going to look down because I do have the rules and regs, but I will pop the rules and regs on the screen for you. And as expected, now my iPad doesn't recognise me. Okay, so I've had to move a number of times to avoid the sun, to get the sun off my face, on my face, whatever. I'm not going to just faff about. So I'll explain all that, and I'll probably have cut it out. So what I wanted to say to you is I am generally known for being quite bold in my choice of colours. I wear a lot of dresses, and this one is the Pattern Emporium Take the Chance dress. I have 3 of these, and at the beginning of this heat wave I've been wearing those just in rotation, and several others of my dress. When I did my introduction, I was wearing the Westcliff dress by Friday Pattern Company, and that fabric was from Minerva. I can't just think what the pattern was, but I will put it in my description box. Anyway, let's get back to the challenge, because it is on your screen probably now to say sew it bold. So that is it really, sew it bold. Sew up a garment or a bag that is bold to you through colour, print, trims or buttons. And I've just kind of mentioned that, haven't I? So then post it on Instagram. This is the most important thing, because no one will see it if you don't do this right. If you post it on Instagram and tag photograph that you have taken, tag at What Beck Sews, and that's on the photograph. Don't just write it in the comments, as Claire has reminded us yesterday. If you watch Claire's video, Loves Red Sews, don't just write it in the comments as a hashtag. They've not always been being picked up apparently. So if you tag Becky on the photograph itself, there's a place that it says tag. So post it on Instagram, but you can finish a garment and post it any time in August. You don't have to wait for the 31st like some challenges. So just post it when you're ready. As long as it is in August, that's fine. And it has to be a garment or a bag. And then, as I'd said, tag us. So tag @WhatBeckSews and use the hashtag SewBold2026. So hashtag SewBold2026. That's it. And then, as Beck says, let's fill Instagram with bold makes and inspire each other. And I think I'm waiting for lots of people to inspire me in this challenge because sadly I haven't been able to sew for several months. We have moved house. We moved on 10th of June, but this move has been planned for about 2 years. And we moved on the 10th of June out of our previous house, but it wasn't actually completed. The sale wasn't completed until the 14th of July. So we have been dotting about. We were able to come to the lodge that our David and Amy had got ready for us. And the creators of it had everything ready for us for when we came. But when we came, the water wasn't on. It wasn't meant to be finished by then. And we had arranged several weeks worth of holidays in between so that we weren't a burden in living in the house. Because they had to, so I wasn't going to go off piece, but I'll just do quickly. We have come to live in, well, it's near Dunstable really, in Bedfordshire, and our son and daughter-in-law live in a house in this garden, and they have a couple of acres, and parts of it they are rewilding, and we have moved here for a number of reasons, but it's also to help them. They help us in giving us a place to grow old disgracefully, and we are helping them in rewilding quite a lot of this garden. So I won't go into all those details. There will be some videos of that on my channel in a little while, but I haven't got a sewing space set up properly. I have got a brand new sewing machine, which I have been avidly reading the instructions for, but haven't actually got it to, attempted to try and get a stitch from it because I'm not set up properly. I can't access all of my fabrics, and so for this bold, so bold, I'll put in a little clip of, I do love making by Annie bags. Now, I would ideally have made a by Annie bag, probably quite a bold, either a bold structure for me, or a bold print, or bold colours, or all three. But I haven't got all my materials together to be able to do that. So the things that I do have access to at this point are my fat quarters. Now, I have 2 boxes of fat quarters that I've put on the cabinet here. I've taken a photo of them, or a couple of photos, but they may appear to be in the dark. So I should check that. It's no good spinning you around because the sun's in and out and it blocks it. If the sun is behind them, they're in the dark. It's just a nuisance. I haven't got my ring light. I've found the tripod for it, but not the ring light. Anyway, I'm not going to go on. I am known for being a bit of a natterer. So I'm just going to stick to this project. I would like to make something either from fat quarters, and I do have quite a lot of fat quarters, but I also have access to a carton that we brought, which is about that big, and that has all my scraps in. My formal scraps that are kind of 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangles. They are potato chip blocks, and quite a number of, they're not pre-cuts, I've cut them myself. And in an ideal world, if everything had been organised, I would have liked to have made a quilted jacket. I had all the pieces ready as a kit for myself that I put together as a kit to be able to make this in sometime in summer. It's not going to happen now, I don't think, anyway, but I can't do it for this challenge. It's just not possible. But I will make something. It will probably be a bag now. It may not be a by Annie bag. As I say, I can't get all my materials together, all my foam and all my zips. I've no idea where half of this stuff is. So we've downsized massively, but we're really pleased about it. It's already working so wonderfully, even though we're still living in a tip. And as the money didn't come through when we'd expected it to, we're still short of parts of the furniture that we were hoping to get after we'd left stuff there because we didn't want to keep taking it apart and building it, and we didn't know if it would fit in here anyway. And yes, so we're a little bit behind schedule in our own minds, but we are loving being with our family, far enough away not to be in their way, them not to be in our way, the grandchildren not feeling the pressure of, oh, grandma's here again. Not yet, anyway. So I'm just updating you on that. So I think we've done something really bold ourselves, but I've not sown anything bold at all for quite a while. And I don't think my last video was something like February, I think. It may not even have been then, because also our hard drive, we don't know if it's the weather and where we situated the Mac, but the hard drives with several terabytes of media on them will not work. They just keep beeping and I can't access all my previous videos, etc., and my media. So this is going to be quite a pared down affair, and I hope that's okay. And I wish Becky a great deal of love and respect for doing this challenge. She's had it in mind, she said, for quite some time, and it's turned out that she's doing it when she's got several other things going on, her own 2 businesses to run, which is Jazz and Wow and Fabric Obsession that she runs with Adele at Sofa Serenity, and also her 40th birthday is coming up. So she's running this on her own, and it's something she wanted to do. But as she said in a video right at the beginning of on the 1st of August, if you've not seen that, just check that out and you'll get her spirit of how and why she wants to do this. And I hope that inspires you. So I'm sorry I can't inspire you specifically with exactly what I'm going to make, but I hope I can make some kind of bold statement in my bag. Now I'll just bring them over just in case that helps for you to see most of them. Oops, there's quite a lot of choice, and I don't know what bag I would make, and I don't know which ones of the fat quarters I will use. Some are, I don't think there are any half meters, and I'll pop that there, and I'll get this one. Got quite a few solids in there and all my spot. I like to do the trimming on my, let me pull that one forward. I like to do the trimming on my By Annie bags. Anything that is a blender or a spotted or something that's not plain, because the binding on the By Annie bags can be a bit tough sometimes, and you get very conscious if it's on a solid material, so on planes. So that's my tip for that. If you're ever making bags and you're not quite sure, they don't show as, if you go a little bit wonky, it doesn't show as much if you've got some kind of pattern on your coordinated fabrics. Anyway, I shall go now, and thank you ever so much for having me on this challenge vlog, Becky, and lots of love to everyone else who is taking part. I'm really looking forward to seeing what all of you make, and yeah, I hope you'll pop back and see me another time when I'm maybe be a little bit more organised, but I can't guarantee it. Or at least you want to see my sewing machine. Okay, bye for now. It's Susan at Seaside Stitches, even though I now live nowhere near the seaside, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. Happy sewing.